We have a lot of transparency in the US market that we don't have in any other market.
MLS, the multiple listing service.
So the MLS is comprised of photos of properties, actual descriptions of properties.
They promote market transparency and fair pricing.
Important part of the multiple listing service is the exposure.
And I just can't find anything that makes as much sense as US real estate.
But step outside and chaos takes over. In China, it's a ticking time bomb.
Residential property development in China has really come to an end.
In the UK, buyers often end up paying thousands more in hidden costs. In Australia, auctions dominate the buying process,
More than 1,500 homes are going under the hammer this weekend.
making them more vulnerable to scams. And in India, it's a market haunted by misinformation and mismanagement.
Yeah, it doesn't work in India.
Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions of your life, but depending on where you are, it can feel like a smooth ride or a never-ending nightmare. In the US, real estate is structured, transparent, and mostly predictable. But step outside and chaos takes over. In China, it's a ticking time bomb.
Chinese media say 46,000 buyers of $5.2 billion worth of properties are stopping payments to protest against unfinished projects.
In the UK, surprise fees and delays crush first-time buyers.
But it's easy to get caught out by the smaller hidden costs involved, the ones that can trip you up.
In Australia, bidding wars at auctions spiral out of control.
Property is sold!
And in India, good luck navigating that mess.
Yeah, it doesn't work in India.
Is it true that other countries are trying to copy the American real estate model? Or is the grass greener on the other side? Let's investigate. One of the most structured and well-regulated in the world, the American real estate model is the envy of the world. You'll soon understand why. We pulled the numbers, cross-referenced the sources, and what we found paints a very different picture for the global real estate game. Global comparisons, how other countries handle real estate. China, the unfinished dream. China's real estate market is a colossus, valued at a staggering $5.3 trillion in 2024, with 474 million housing units. In 2023, 8.26 million homes were sold. The scale is unmatched, but big doesn't mean unbreakable. Millions of homes remain empty in ghost cities. This is Ordos-Kangbashi and Tiandusheng, the Paris replica.
There's really no one in like an iconic monument area. I'm so used to seeing the Eiffel Tower and just like swarms of people. Yeah. It's like almost like the apocalypse.
There are around 500,000 real estate agents in China, but there's no standardized licensing. Buyers often pay for properties up front before construction even begins. Evergrande was one of the biggest fall stories. Evergrande's fall started in 2021 with the debt load estimated at around $300 billion.
Evergrande was declared to be in default in December 2021, facing its largest PR crisis.
Many other developers like Country Garden, Sunac China Holdings, and Shimao Group defaulted, but not as high as Evergrande. Chinese residents were left with a mortgage on a property that didn't exist. China has a home ownership rate of 96% as of 2022. However, according to their laws, the property can only be leased, not owned. For residential properties, the lease tenure is 70 years, and for commercial, it's 40 to 50 years. Renewal is possible, but not guaranteed. Imagine paying for a property that you cannot pass on to your children. In China, there is no MLS. Property listings are scattered across multiple websites like Anju.com and Lianjie, but these websites are flooded with duplicate and fake listings. 58.com has removed over 80,000 listings from its real estate platform Anju. Scammers have been using the site to post suspiciously cheap properties to lure tenants into paying scam fees. You may be chasing a home that was sold months ago. For a real estate market this big, the lack of organization is scary. United Kingdom, the hidden costs trap. The UK real estate market is valued at $2.14 trillion in 2024. It boasts 26.4 million housing units, and in 2023, 11.24 million were sold. There are only 51,600 licensed agents, and just like China, the UK also lacks an MLS. Listings are scattered across portals like Rightmove and Zoopla. Zoopla has 29% one-star rating on Trustpilot, with an overall rating 1.7. From inaccurate valuations to glitchy features and non-existent customer support, the overall experience sounds like a headache. Rightmove is also plagued with similar issues, but it does better than Zoopla. It has 3.5-star rating on Trustpilot. Commission fees of a UK agent range from 0.9% to 3.6%. Despite the seemingly low fees, buyers often end up paying thousands more in hidden fees.
But what catches them out is all the hidden costs that creep along the way.
If you thought you were buying a £400,000 home, here's what you might actually pay. Stamp duty, legal fees, mortgage fees, survey fees. The total extra fees could reach £12,000. That is around 3% of the house price. And even if you have a seller lined up, the process may take months on end.
So what would you say is the average total transaction time from the time you make an offer to you get keys to the house?
Here in our area, it's about 30 days.
Right. Whereas in England, it seems like it goes on for months and months and months.
Even with a home ownership rate of 64%, the system is a maze, one that many regret entering. Australia, where buying a home feels impossible. Australia's market stands at a whopping $11.2 trillion, supported by 11.29 million housing units in 2024. Yet only around 720,000 homes were sold. In Australia, auctions dominate the buying process.
Where would you like to start? And that's the way we go. Quickly now, it's over to you. 1.28. 1.28 on the left-hand side now. 1.3, 1,380,000. 1.4, 1,420,000. 1,430,000. Heard, the final time. 1,000.
One in on the market, are we?
1,000 on the market, sir. 1,580,000 I've got. 1,580,000. We're on the market playing for keeps.
Homes are regularly sold under the hammer.
The property is sold! And very well done.
A process that skips traditional negotiation and puts buyers in emotional, high-pressure bidding wars. To make matters worse, Australia has only around 100,000 agents. That means there is one agent per 8 homes in Australia, whereas there are 3 agents per home in America. A glaring lack of representation. With so few agents, Australian buyers are often left to navigate the market alone, making them more vulnerable to scams.
Sydney's sky-high property prices are being fueled by some seriously low sales tactics by dodgy real estate agents.
The real estate racket.
Will you be working as a real estate agent?
Agents arrested for fraud.
Ultimately, he's just a crook.
There have been 41 fines for misleading practices, 15 licence cancellations, 17 disqualifications, 12 agents ordered to retrain.
And in many cases, there's no one truly advocating for the buyer.
After years of saving and house hunting, Sarah, Lane and their kids were just days from moving into their dream home. So when an email came for them to pay the final deposit for their settlement, they were careful. But it was all a scam. Their entire deposit gone in an instant.
Commissions range from 2% to 2.5%, whereas home ownership rate is 66%. And once again, no MLS, just scattered listings on portals like realestate.com.au and Domain. Just like the UK, where lack of regulation often leads to outdated, duplicated, or outright inaccurate listings. The Indian real estate market.
In 2023, India's real estate market was worth around $265 billion. By 2030, it will be worth $1 trillion.
But despite its size, it's a market haunted by misinformation and mismanagement. The country has 302,867 sold units, but this figure only reflects the top 7 cities. India's data isn't even centralized. Once you step outside the top 7 cities, it's pretty much a guessing game. Tier 2 cities and rural areas? Total blur. If you're hoping to find a cozy place with a nice balcony just by browsing online, yeah, good luck with that. You'll scroll through 100 listings and still feel like you're flying blind. You really can't find a place sitting at home. There are over 100,000 agents, but many operate without a license.
सर आपका नीचे पान वाला आपको प्रॉपर्टी ऑफर कर, आपका बिल्डिंग का सेक्रेटरी आपको ऑफर करेगा। चाबी सेक्रेटरी के पास रहता है ना, तो सेक्रेटरी बोलता है कि मेरा कमीशन अलग है, मेरा गुड लक अलग है, मेरा ये अलग है। ऐसे सब चलता है हम लोग के यहाँ।
Again, there's no centralized MLS like in the US. Instead, buyers rely on portals like No Broker, 99 Acres, and Magic Bricks. No Broker aims to eliminate middlemen, the agents, but as a buyer, you'll often find properties listed by agents. The seller may not even know their property is listed on such websites. Such a mess. One user on Team BHP said he only printed out an ad and pasted it on his gate. Someone took the details and created an ad on No Broker.
No Broker is a scam organization.
Basically, because there is no integrity with these online portals, anyone can use them however they want. Indian real estate agents earn anywhere between 2 to 4% in commissions, but there's no regulatory cap. Some brokers demand payment from both sides of the deal.
I'm gonna play both sides.
Despite the chaos, India boasts a surprisingly high home ownership rate of 86.6%, but much of that is generational, not even purchase driven. India's system is still developing.
रेरा के पहले कुछ ट्रांसपेरेंसी थी भी नहीं, तो रेरा ने अच्छा क्या कि ट्रांसपेरेंसी ऐड कर लिया.
The Real Estate Regulatory Authority, RERA, is a step forward, but it's limited to new construction, poorly enforced in many states, and ineffective for resale properties.
रेरा में सारे rules हैं. The problem with India is the execution and implementation of the rules.
We could find data for all other countries, but finding facts about India's real estate was like pulling teeth. We could only partially succeed. That shows how unregulated the industry there is. The US real estate market.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The US real estate industry is one of the most structured and well-regulated in the world, with a market value of around $100 trillion in 2024. The country has over 1.8 million homes for sale as of March 2025. In 2024, 4.06 million homes were sold. There are 4 key players in the US real estate. When selling your home, you immediately think about a real estate agent. In the US, real estate agents require licenses from their state to operate. No license means no business. Getting a license requires completing pre-licensing courses and passing an exam. Licenses also need to be renewed periodically. For instance,
in the state of California, you're required to take 135 hours of state-approved real estate classes.
And in Texas, licenses need to be renewed every 2 years. It's not easy to be an agent in America. Real estate agents come together and form associations. NAR. Almost all small real estate associations created across the US are part of NAR. NAR is the National Association of Realtors. It is the largest trade organization in the US. NAR has strict regulations. NAR enforces the Code of Ethics for its members, and the code outlines professional standards and requires members to adhere to ethical conduct in real estate transactions. For example, realtors must disclose conflicts of interest and avoid misleading advertising. NAR enforces key policies such as clear cooperation policy and no commingling rule. These policies prevent exclusive pocket listings that limit market exposure. NAR's policies keep the entire real estate system working efficiently. At least that is the intention. The local associations form a database of listings called the Multiple Listing Service, or the MLS, the backbone of US real estate. MLSs are listing databases that ensure accurate, up-to-date listings accessible to all licensed agents. They promote market transparency and fair pricing. A few examples of MLSs are CR MLS and Stellar MLS. MLSs are local, but they can share their data to online portals for wider exposure. These websites pull data from the MLS, offering buyers and sellers real-time access to listings. Listings on online portals are visible all over the world. Anybody can view a property sitting comfortably on the sofa. Just type in the address and you'll find the property. The US real estate system is highly evolved, offering structure and transparency, but it comes at a cost. A seller has to shell out 5 to 6% in commissions, and they have to deal with the cost of appraisers, inspectors, lawyers, and more. The agents have to pay for MLSs and associations. These costs can range from $450 to $4,000 annually. Different systems, different stakes, but one truth emerges: the world is buying homes very differently than the US is selling them. Americans should not take their system for granted. In the US, you know what you're paying, what you're getting, and who you're dealing with. There's a system. Flawed? Yes, but functioning. US consumers benefit from MLS transparency, licensed agents, ethical safeguards, consumer-centric commissions, and a robust legal framework. Real estate is more than an industry.
I do believe in the American dream.
Today I'm announcing the American dream.
Owning a home is a part of that dream.
It's a mirror of a nation's structure and priorities. The US model isn't perfect, but compared to the chaos in China, the hidden traps in the UK, the bidding wars in Australia, and the disorganized sprawl in India, it's a system worth appreciating. What do you think? Would you like to move to any of these countries? Or would you cherish your American dream? Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe for more investigative deep dives.
Process, yeah, I trust. Accolades got them swallowing the words, cause I know that they doubted us. Touch, can't touch this. I know they throwing that dirt on my name when I check on my